heard today, I am so glad that the Godzilla is awakening, not just the beast. I'm tired of another narrative of Africans that are good for nothing. Let someone come to this room and see. I prepared a speech, but I couldn't get to it. Because what I heard today is already a speech. And if we can work together and leverage off this capacity, because that's one of our other problems. We fight each other and dissipate so much energy that we got. But I am praying, I am wishing that rather than pull people down, we should leverage off our strength and get people up. And this is what I'm excited about OAC. I've been here since 2003. And I've seen a few organizations come and go. And not just because this is an OAC event. I say it openly, I think OAC has a role to play. And it's playing the role so far excellently. Thankfully, they have some good leaders. I'll tell you one thing which was not in my original speech, but it comes up sometimes. I believe one of our weaknesses in this country is numbers. And that is why sometimes I think we hurt ourselves when we start focusing on individual countries too much. We should. I shared with Joe recently, I said, Joe, we need a kind of, not a militant political arm, but we need a political structure. Like a multicultural leadership network. Because until we get our people into the corridors of power, I believe we'll be limited. And unfortunately, we don't have the numbers as individual countries. Nigeria, the last time I did my statistics, I think we're less than 20,000. Some countries are even less than that. I use Nigeria because that's my country up there. So this is why OAC for me, it's critical. It must be our individual urgency and passion that OAC must survive. It shouldn't be left to Joe alone. OAC's sustainability matters a lot to me and my generation here. So please, if there's still any group or country or individuals that is sitting at the fence and just possibly waiting for OAC's momentum to go out, please, let's have a change in heart. We have the stake together. Together, we have a chance. And that is why I'm excited what OAC is doing. They are even going beyond the African boundary and beginning to lead that conversation of a multicultural approach. And that's why I'm excited about my sister, Emma. Because we need to also think, yes, we're African business here, we are as a family here. Again, because I'm a number person, I work with numbers. We need numbers. The game of power is numbers. So let's continue to encourage each other. Let's push the boundary. Let's make OAC stronger. Let's make OAC stronger. I mean, they've done a lot already. But the worst thing is to relax in our efforts so far. OAC should be bigger than Joe. And it doesn't mean that he's done, but we need to get behind the leadership and support OAC. If I could just touch a bit on my prepared speech, because that came earlier out of passion, what I just said. Africa, the best strength and stability we have. Your root will keep you going. Your best competitive advantage is your root. And I'll take it in three streams. Number one, career, which is my real passion. Having spent 5 years now with multicultural professionals, trying to support people of career, and I'm sure my brothers here were also in career support will understand this. Ultimately, your root will help you go the extra mile. When the chips are down, when you get possibly 100 reject letters, when you're trying to break doors and they are not breaking for you, what will keep you going? Your root and your identity. So let's celebrate who we are. That's why I must congratulate the finalists here today. Let's keep celebrating African in us. So career, I don't care whether you are a qualified medical doctor, whether you are the best engineer in training, ultimately, whether you are the best nurse, ultimately your root will keep you going. After all, a tree without root, give it time. The other one I just eating my passion recently is family. I don't need to say much about family here. How families in diaspora has made some of us to shed silent tears. Families are going through stuff. I know there are some underlying issues, but there are some extra dimensions because of migration. And unfortunately, we cannot solve some of them by being too drastic. It will take wisdom and working together. So again, your root. Please, I want to plead with every party, including, sorry, this is not meant to be sexist, but I want to plead with our sisters. Please, the men and your African brothers and husbands matter a lot. I'm also, of course, I